Now the weight of the single atom is 6.02 atoms mass is equal to, okay, mass is equal to 63.64 grams. Because it is atomic weight is 63.64 means gram atomic weight is 63.64 grams. Gram atomic weight means this many atoms mass. Avogadro number of atoms mass is gram atomic weight. Then mass of one atom is equal to 63.64 by 6 into 10 power 23. So do this calculation. 6 1 then, okay, and okay, now 5s are 1s are like that, you can take into 10 power minus 23 grams. Okay, mass of one is 63.64 AMU.
Option, sir. Direct 63.64 by 6.02 into 10 power 23 given, sir.
Okay, then fine. It's no need to find the value. Okay, that's a question number 115. You know, equivalent weight is equal to atomic weight by valency. Equivalent weight given, valency also given. Divalent means valency 2. Di means 2. Valency, divalence means 2. Atomic weight is like this. Next one, 116. The vapor density of tribasic acid is X. The equivalent mass of that acid is, okay, molecular weight is equal to 2 into vapor density. Okay, so that is 2x because the vapor density is given X. Vapor density is X, okay. Then equivalent mass of the acid. Equivalent weight is equal to molecular weight by n factor. N factor is the basicity. Okay, so molecular weight is 2x. N factor is 3, so 2x by 3. 170. Tribasic acid. Tribasic means basicity 3. Dibasic acid. Dibasic means basicity 2. Monobasic acid means basicity 1. Tetrabasic acid 4. Mono 1. Di 2. Tri 3. Tetra 4. Penta 5. Okay, 2 grams of metallic carbonate on decomposition gave 1.5 gram of metallic oxide. The equivalent mass of the metal. Okay, metallic carbonate. Okay, so we can say it's metal carbonate. Metal carbonate on heating decomposed to give 1.5 grams of metallic oxide. So metal oxide is formed. Metal oxide. Okay, equivalent weight of metal, mass of metal. Very important question this. Very important question. Metal carbonate. Okay, see, you know that number of equivalents of reactants reacted is equal to number of equivalents of product formed. So number of equivalents of metal carbonate, all of you please listen carefully. Very important question. Okay, number of equivalents of metal carbonate is equal to number of equivalents of, okay, metal oxide. As many as metal carbonates, equivalents of metal carbonate is decomposed, that many equivalents of metal oxide will be formed. Okay, so equivalence means weight by gram, equivalent weight. Okay, weight of metal carbonate by weight of metal carbonate by okay, equivalent weight of metal carbonate. Equivalent weight of metal carbonate. metal carbonate, that is equal to weight of metal oxide by weight of metal oxide by equivalent weight of metal oxide, equivalent weight of metal oxide. Okay, now weight of metal carbonate, how much mass of metal carbonate is decomposed? 2 grams, 2 grams, okay, by equivalent weight of metal carbonate. Equivalent weight of metal carbonate means, all of you listen carefully, equivalent weight of metal carbonate is nothing but equivalent weight of metal plus equivalent weight of carbonate, equivalent weight of carbonate. So I'm writing very elaborately. Okay, now weight of metal oxide formed, how much mass of metal oxide is formed? 1.5 grams of metal oxide is formed. Now again, equivalent weight of metal oxide means equivalent weight of metal plus equivalent weight of oxide, O minus 2 I'm writing instead of oxide. O minus 2 is nothing but what? Oxide. Number of equivalents of metal carbonate must be equal to number of equivalents of metal oxide. As many as equivalents of carbonate is decomposed, that many equivalents of metal oxide would be formed. Okay, number of equivalents of metal carbonates are equal. Number of equivalents formula, weight by equivalent weight. So weight of metal carbonate by equivalent weight of metal carbonate. Number of equivalents of metal oxide means weight of metal oxide by equivalent weight of metal oxide. Weight of metal carbonate you have 2 grams. What about equivalent weight of metal carbonate? Equivalent weight of metal plus equivalent weight of carbonate. Equivalent weight of metal oxide, equivalent weight of metal plus equivalent weight of oxide is equal to equivalent weight of metal oxide. Okay, so 2 by equivalent weight of metal, equivalent weight of metal plus equivalent weight of carbonate. Carbonate is, metal, you don't know what is a metal, but carbonate means this is a carbonate. CO3 minus 2. Okay, CO3 minus 2. Okay, now CO3 minus 2 molecular weight. CO3 minus 2 molecular weight. Carbon 12, oxygen 48, 60. Molecular weight 60. Equivalent weight is equal to 60 molecular weight by n factor 2. What is n factor? N factor 2, carbonate, CO3 minus 2. CO3 minus 2 carbonate, n factor 2 by 2. That means it is how much? 30. Equivalent weight of carbonate. Carbonate means CO3 minus 2 ion is called carbonate. Carbonate means CO3 minus 2. Okay, molecular weight 60. Equivalent weight is equal to molecular weight by n factor. Carbonate n factor is 2. Okay, so by 60 by 2, that is 30, is equal to equivalent weight, my weight of oxide is 1.5 by equivalent weight of metal plus equivalent weight of oxide. Equivalent weight of oxide means 8, 16 by 2. Equivalent weight of oxide is 16 by 2, so 8. So now in this equation we are only left with what? Equivalent weight of metal and equivalent weight of metal. So we need to find this, both the same only here, so we need to find this one. So do the cross multiplication. This cross multiplication, 2 into equivalent weight of metal M, okay, plus 2 into 8, 16 is equal to 1.5 equivalent weight of metal, okay, plus 1.5 into 30. 1.5 into 30, it is 45. Okay, take this equivalent weight of metal this side, so it is 0.5 into equivalent weight of metal is equal, take this 16 that side, so 45 minus 16, so
29.
30, 29, Yeah, 29. Then equivalent weight of metal M is equal to 1 by 2 into multiply 29 into 3. Sorry, 29 into 2. 29 into 2, 58. So the equivalent weight of metal M is 58. So everyone please note down this question. So very, very, very important question. Definitely will come in the exam.
Hello, sir.
Hmm.
Sir, page number 56, 94, 95, sir.
94, 95.
Thank you.
Hello, sir.
Hmm.
Sir, practice book 21, sir, level 2.
20.
1.
Okay.
Thank you.
Completed, huh?
Sir, practice book level 2 23, sir. Hello, sir.
Tell me.
Hello, sir.
Tell me.
So, page number 19 లో worked example 17, 18. sir.
Worked out examples, huh?
Yes, sir.
Which one?
17th, 19th.
17, 18, 19.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Hello, sir.
Hmm.
Exercise 1, 76, 80, and 105, sir.
76, 80,
80 and 105.
105.
105.
Okay. This is enough. After this completion of these questions, remaining whatever the questions you have, we'll discuss. So let's follow this one only. 76. Exercise 176. From 320 milligrams of O2, 6.9 molecules of removed, the number of molecules remained. Okay, so 76 already previously only discussed. Question number 76 in level 1 already discussed. So page number 55 you are telling no. So the person who have asked me that 76, 80, 105, please respond once again. Are you asking it from the page number 55?
Yep.
Hello, sir. Yes, sir.
Already this question number 76 is already discussed. 320 milligrams means 0.32 grams. So in that 6.02 to 10 power 20 molecules are removed, and how many moles left is already discussed previously only. Okay, the number of molecules present in 1.12 10 power minus 7 CCF gas already discussed. So now you are freshly asking these questions. It's out of syllabus right now for this week. If you want, we will discuss it separately. So question number
And
105.
105.
Yeah,
I'll send you
okay.
what-
I will discuss about 105. So please all of you listen carefully. Whenever they are asking about equivalent weight, that means they must have some consciousness. So he is asking equivalent weight of N2H4. So you can take it in two aspects, but as per his view is N2H4, NH2 single bond, NH2, N2H4. Okay, it is a diacidic base. It's a base, just like ammonia. I told you, NH3 ammonia. Like that, it is NH2 single bond, NH2. So this one can donate a lone pair of electron. This one also can donate lone pair of electrons. So it is a diacidic base. Diacidic base means its basicity. Sorry, acidity is 2. Acidity is 2. That means it can donate 2 lone pair of electrons to the others. This one can donate and that one also can donate. Okay. So as acidity is 2, so equivalent weight is equal to molecular weight of N2H4. Okay. I think 16 plus 16, 32. 32 by n factor 2. So n factor is equal to 2, because why n factor is 2? Because it is diacidic base. It can donate 2 lone pair of electrons. Number of electron pairs that can be donated by a molecule, that is called what? Its basicity. So it's a Lewis base. It can donate 2 lone pair of electrons. So it is now equivalent weight is 16. So don't consider the formation of N2H4, because if it is the case, then clearly he will mention. So N2 react with H2 and forming N2H4. Okay, N2H4. Then what is the equivalent weight of N2H4 means? That concept we can take. Equivalent weight of nitrogen. Okay, 14 by 2, 7 plus hydrogen equivalent weight 1. 7 plus 1, that is 8. So 8 is the equivalent weight. If it is the case, if you consider the case of formation of N2H4 from H2, but it is not the case of formation of N2H4. It is the case, that means is considered N2H4 as a base. It can donate 2 lone pair of electrons. On that basis, it is a diacidic base. Okay. So now work out example 17. Worked out example 17. Yeah, worked out example 17. 14.5 grams of metallic chloride contains 35.5 grams of chlorine. The equal mass of metal is, okay, metallic chloride contains 35.5 grams of chlorine. The equivalent weight of metal is, okay, metal chloride, chlorine. Okay, number of equivalents of chlorine must be equal to number of equivalents of metal chloride. Number of equivalents of metal chloride. Number of equivalents of metal chloride. Okay. Number of equivalents means weight of chlorine by equivalent weight. Weight of chlorine by equivalent weight of chlorine is equal to weight of metal chloride by equivalent weight of metal chloride. Weight of chlorine. Okay, how much chlorine is there in that compound? 35.5 grams. 35.5 grams. Equivalent weight of chlorine is also 35.5. Atomic weight is 35.5. One factor, valency for the chlorine. Valency for the chlorine to form a compound. Valency for the chlorine to form a compound is 35.5. That is equal to weight of metal chloride. 74.5 grams given. 74.5 by 74.5 by equivalent weight of metal chloride. So equivalent weight of metal plus equivalent weight of chloride. Equivalent weight of chloride is 35.5. So equivalent weight of metal chloride is nothing but equivalent weight of metal plus equivalent weight of chloride. Chloride Cl minus. Chloride means Cl minus. Cl minus equivalent weight is 35.5 by 1. Valency 1. So 35.5 by 1. Okay, so equivalent weight of metal plus equivalent weight of chloride is nothing but equivalent weight of metal chloride. So now you can find the value for equivalent weight of metal. Question number 18. Worked out example. Question number 18. Worked out example. Question number 18.
Sir?
24 grams of metal react with
సార్ అక్కడ మీరు ఎలాగ నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ ఈక్వివాలెన్స్ ఆఫ్ క్లోరిన్ ఇస్ ఈక్వల్ టు నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ ఈక్వివాలెన్స్ ఆఫ్ మెటల్ క్లోరైడ్ తీసుకున్నారు అంటే వాడి కంటెంట్స్
మెటల్
ఇచ్చారు కదా.
మెటల్ క్లోరైడ్ ఫామ్ అవ్వాలి అంటే క్లోరిన్ తో రియాక్ట్ అవ్వాలి. మెటల్ షుడ్ రియాక్ట్ విత్ క్లోరిన్. మెటల్ షుడ్ రియాక్ట్ విత్ chlorine forms metal chloride.
ఓకే సార్.
Okay, so whatever the amount of the chloride is there, chlorine is there in the compound, that much amount of the chlorine is reacted. That ఎంత రియాక్ట్ అయితే అంత ఉంటుంది కాంపౌండ్ లో.
ఓకే
ఇది
ఓకే
10 grams రియాక్ట్ అయితే 8 grams ఉంటుందిగా. So amount of the chlorine present in the compound must be the amount of the chlorine reacted. So number of equivalents of the chlorine reacted must be equal to number of equivalents of the compound formed. So equivalents are taken as equal. Next. (18) 24 grams of metal react with an acid liberated 22.4 liters of hydrogen at STP. Equivalent mass of the metal is metal react with acid. Okay, and liberate hydrogen H2. See, I'm repeating one more time. Hydrogen means H2, oxygen means O2, nitrogen means N2, not N. Oxygen means not O. Chlorine means not Cl, Cl2. Okay, if it is atoms, then clearly he will mention oxygen atoms, nitrogen atoms, hydrogen atoms. In case of atoms, he will mention that atoms. If he is not mention the atoms, only is using the name, that means you can take this elemental form molecules. Okay, hydrogen means it is H2. For hydrogen atoms, for H, they will say hydrogen atoms. If they don't say only hydrogen, is nothing but H2. You can take the elemental form. Phosphorus means P4 only not P. So metal react with acid, liberate hydrogen. Okay, so hydrogen amount to metal amount is given. So now the equivalence of number of equivalents of M is equal to number of equivalents of H2. As many as equivalents of metal reacts, that many equivalents of hydrogen will be produced. Okay, so equivalence means weight by weight of M, metal by equivalent weight of metal is equal to number of equivalents. Here weight of hydrogen not given. What is given? Volume is given. So when volume is given, number of equivalents can be calculated as volume of H2 by gram equivalent volume. Correct? No? When volume is given, divide with gram equivalent volume. Weight is given, divide with gram equivalent weight. So he has not given the weight of hydrogen produced. He has given the volume of the hydrogen produced. So divide with gram equivalent volume of hydrogen. Okay, gram equivalent volume of hydrogen. Because gram equivalent volume is not fixed, so you have to mention like this. Now weight of metal reacted. How much weight of metal is reacted? 24 grams. Okay, gram equivalent weight of metal is equivalent weight of metal we don't know, that is to be discovered, to be identified, calculated. Volume of H2 liberated. How much volume is liberated? 22.4 liters at STP. Okay, at STP condition, gram equivalent volume of hydrogen is 11.2 liters are there given already. 11.2 liters is the gram equivalent volume because 1 gram of hydrogen is 1 equivalent. So 2 grams of H2, 2 grams of H2, 1 mole means 22.4 liters. Then 1 gram of H2, 1 gram H2 is how much? 11.2 liters. 1 gram H2 is known as equivalent, so its volume is called equivalent volume. So equivalent volume of H2 is 11.2 liters at STP. At STP. So volume of gas by equivalent volume will also give number of equivalents. Weight by gram equivalent weight will give number of equivalents. So whether they have given volume or they have given weight, we have to decide. Weight given, weight, gram equivalent weight. Volume given, gram equivalent volume. Gram equivalent volume can be changes from gas to gas. For H2, for Cl2, okay, it is 11.2. For O2, it is 5.6. O2 5.6 liters gram equivalent volume at STP. Okay, 11.2 liters is the gram equivalent volume for H2 and Cl2. So now it is how many times? 2 times. Okay, it is 12 times. So equivalent weight of the M is equal to 12. Next, 1.52 grams of hydroxide of a metal on ignition gave 0.995 grams of oxide. The equivalent mass of the is question number 19. .52 grams of hydroxide of a metal. Okay, 1.52 grams of hydroxide of metal on ignition. Hydroxide of metal means metal hydroxide. Metal hydroxide. Okay, hydroxide of sodium. Hydroxide of the sodium means sodium hydroxide. Hydroxide of calcium means calcium hydroxide. It's a hydroxide of calcium. Hydroxide of sodium. Okay, so metal hydroxide, sodium hydroxide, calcium hydroxide, barium hydroxide. So we can call it as name is metal hydroxide. Metal hydroxide on ignition, burning, heating, gave 0.995 grams of its oxide. Okay, gives metal oxide. Okay. So 0.995 grams of its oxide. Question has to be slightly to be corrected. You should not say oxide. You have to say its oxide. Okay. Sentence small correction is there. The metal hydroxide on heating gives metal oxide. Not only oxide, metal oxide or oxide of a metal. Okay. Then equivalent weight of metal is asking. Metal hydroxide is reactant. Metal oxide is product. So number of equivalents of metal hydroxide is equal to number of equivalents of metal oxide. Okay, so number of equivalents, weight by gram equivalent weight. Weight is given metal hydroxide 1.52 is the weight. by equivalent weight of metal plus equivalent weight of hydroxide. Equivalent weight of hydroxide. Hydroxide means OH minus. Hydroxide means OH minus. Therefore, equivalent weight of metal plus equivalent weight of hydroxide will be equal to equivalent weight of metal hydroxide. Equivalent weight of metal carbonate means equivalent weight of metal plus equivalent weight of carbonate is known as equivalent weight of metal carbonate. One second, please.
హలో సార్
Hmm.
సార్ వర్క్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ 20 కూడా చెప్పండి సార్.
చెప్తా. So equivalent weight of metal plus equivalent weight of hydroxide is equivalent weight of metal hydroxide. That is equal to, okay, weight of metal oxide 0.995 grams. 0.995 grams is the weight of metal oxide. Metal oxide equivalent weight by equivalent weight. So equivalent weight of metal plus equivalent weight of oxide. Oxide means O minus 2. Oxide means what? O minus 2. Right. So 1.52 is the weight of metal hydroxide. Equivalent weight of metal we don't know, plus equivalent weight of hydroxide OH minus 1. Okay, hydroxide N factor 1. So equivalent weight of hydroxide is oxygen 16 plus 1, 17 by 1, that is 17. So equivalent weight of hydroxide OH minus is 17. Okay, next 0.995 by equivalent weight of metal plus equivalent weight of oxide, oxygen 16 by 2, that is 8. Equivalent weight of hydroxide is 17. Equivalent weight of oxide is O minus 2. So 16 by 2, 8. Okay, so only now we left with what? Equivalent weight of metal. So do the cross multiplication. Okay, then you can get the value for equivalent weight of metal. So after solving, you will get equivalent weight of metal is equal to 9. Equivalent weight of metal, that is equal to 9 after solving this. Right. Okay, next question number 20. Question number 20. 1.6 grams of metal were dissolved in HNO3 to prepare nitrate. The nitrate was strongly heated to give 2 grams of oxide. Calculate the equivalent weight of metal. Metal, MO. Listen all of it carefully. What he is saying, 1.6 grams of metal dissolved in HNO3. Dissolved in HNO3. Okay, to prepare nitrate. To prepare nitrate. Nitrate. NO3 minus ion is called nitrate. But metal valency we don't know. So X. You know, metal valency plus X. Nitrate. Nitrate means NO3 minus. Nitrate minus 1. So very beginning classes in the foundation time I told you NO3 minus 1 and X. Nitrate ion means NO3 minus 1. Nitrite ITE NO2 minus. Do you remember or not? I don't know. Nitrate. Okay. So minus 1 no X. Crisscross if you do it. M1 no NO3 X. Okay. So metal react with nitric acid, forms metal nitrate. This metal nitrate on heating, I think it's given, right? Metal nitrate strongly heated to give 2 grams of its oxide. So oxide M2OX. Why M2OX? Because metal ion valency X. Oxide means minus 2. So do the crisscross. So what you will get M2OX. M2OX is a metal oxide formula. Okay, no problem. What? Number of equivalents of M must be equal to number of equivalents of metal nitrate MnO3 X. Number of equivalents of metal reacts is equal to number of equivalents of metal nitrate formed. Now, number of equivalents of metal nitrate is again decomposed. So whatever the number of equivalents of metal nitrate is formed, which is converting into oxide, therefore, it is equal to number of equivalents of M2OX. Number of equivalents of M react is equal to number of equivalents of this one formed. Now, as many as equivalents formed, that one will be decomposed further. Okay. So number of equivalents of this one is decomposed will be equal to number of equivalents of that is formed. So all these equivalents we can equate. Okay. So what is the information given? Metal weight is given, oxide weight is given. So this information and this information is given. So no need of this, because as much as formed, that much is reacted. So no information regarding this is given. So you can equate this one into that one. So these are all equal. So you can equate this one into the last one. So number of equivalents of metal means weight of metal. Weight of metal given how much? 1.6 grams of metal. Weight of metal is 1.6 grams by equivalent weight of metal. Equivalent weight of metal is equal to number of equivalents of metal oxide. Metal oxide weight formed. How many grams of oxide is formed? 2 grams of metal oxide. Not oxide. It's nothing but it's an oxide of metal oxide. So 2 grams formed. So now it is equivalent weight of metal plus, okay, equivalent weight of oxide minus 2. Equivalent weight of metal plus equivalent weight of oxide is equal to equivalent weight of metal oxide. Okay. Sodium chloride is there. What is the equivalent weight of sodium chloride? Equivalent weight of sodium plus equivalent weight of chloride. Equivalent weight of sodium plus equivalent weight of chloride is nothing but what? Equivalent weight of sodium chloride. It is for anhydrous salts, not for hydrated salts. Hydrated salts cannot be taken like this, only for anhydrous salts. Dot H2Os are there. Dot H2Os, for them it is not applicable. Okay. For only anhydrous salts, equivalent weight of metal plus one ion plus equivalent weight of another ion will be equal to equivalent weight of the salt. So equivalent weight of metal oxide is equal to equivalent weight of metal plus equivalent weight of oxide. Metal carbonate, equivalent weight of metal plus equivalent weight of carbonate is equal to metal carbonate, equivalent weight of metal carbonate. So you don't know this, and you also don't know this. Both are same, equivalent weight of metal and equivalent weight of metal. Only this oxide you put it there. So 1.6 by equivalent weight of M is equal to 2 by equivalent weight of M. Okay, plus equivalent weight of oxide, you know that 8. Equivalent weight of oxide is 8. So now you can find this value by doing what? Cross multiplication. Do the cross multiplication, you can find the value of this. Okay, so worked out example 20 is already now completed. Okay, right. So now we have to move on to the page number 56, question number 94, 95, and practice book. 4 more questions left in the given list of questions as of now. Page number 56. Question number 94. Hemoglobin contains 0.33% of iron. The weight of 1 mole hemoglobin to molecular weight. Right? Already percentage calculation. Percentage of iron is equal to, okay, number of iron atoms. Number of iron atoms into 56 atomic weight by molecular weight. 0.33% given, 2 atoms of iron, 56 atomic weight, molecular weight we don't know, into 100. So percentage of iron calculation. This is a question number 94. And question number 95. 1.132 grams of organic compound gave 50 ml of N2 STP. Weight of percentage of nitrogen is close to. So it is nothing but what? Dumas method. Question number 95, Dumas method. Dumas method means percentage of nitrogen I've given. Okay, what is that? 28 by 22,400 into volume of N2 at STP by weight of organic compound into 100. Put it in the formula. He's asking to calculate percentage of nitrogen and nitrogen. So 28 by 22,400 into volume of N2 obtained how much? 50 ml at STP. 50 ml by weight of organic compound 0.132. Okay, into 100. Okay, Dumas method. Percentage volume of N2 is given means we need to follow Dumas method. That's the question number 95. So next practice book question number 21 and 20. Practice book question number 21 and 23. Please tell me the page numbers for this questions. Practice book question number 21 and 23.
8, sir, 8.
8, okay, level 2.
Yes.
Fine. Yeah. Page number, practice book, page number 8, question number 21. Equivalent weight of metal M is 12. Equivalent weight of Y in the compound My2 is, okay, molecular weight of My2 is 36. So compound is given My2. My2 means if you divide into ions means it is M plus 2, Y minus 1. Right now? M plus 2, Y minus 1. You will get My2 compound. My2 compound. My2. This 2 will come here. This 1 will come here. So this is the, so valency of the M is plus 2. Valency Y is 1 minus 1. Okay, so equivalent weight of My2 is equal to equivalent weight of, all of you please listen carefully, equivalent weight of m plus 2 plus equivalent weight of y minus 1. Equivalent weight of m by 2 is equal to equivalent weight of m plus 2 plus m plus and equivalent weight of y. So question is, m is given to equivalent weight of y in the compound is. So equivalent weight of y in the compound is, this is what we need to find. Equivalent weight of m is equal to given 12. Okay, equivalent weight of y minus 1 we need to find. Okay, equivalent weight of m by 2. M by 2. So look like it's clearly saying y is having how much valency 1? Y is valency 1. So the compound valency, M is combining with 2 monovalent atoms. M is combines with what? 2 monovalent atoms. Okay, so either you can take plus 2 or you can take minus 2. Either you can take plus 2 or minus 2. So the valency of this m by 2 is equal to, you can take it as what? Molecular weight of m by 2 is 36. 36 by valency plus 2 or you can take minus 2. Total positive charge or total negative charge. So by 2. Okay, so it is 18. So equivalent weight of y minus is equal to 18 minus 12. That is 6.
Sir, it is given 3, sir. I mean 12.
Hello, sir.
No, wrong. It's not 12, it is 26 only. That is second option. Question number 21 now. 3 given, wrong. It's no doubt it is not all. So it's 6 only. You can go for option. No, wrong, Nana. You can go for question number, option 2 only. 6 is the correct. No doubt at all. No need to worry. Like question number 23. One mole of chlorine combines with certain weight of metal giving 111 grams of its chloride. The same amount of metal can displace 2 grams of hydrogen from the acid. The equivalent weight of metal is. So practice book 23, page number 8. Okay, 1 mole of chlorine combines with a certain weight of metal. Chlorine Cl2 combines with metal M to form, giving its chloride. Its chloride is MClX. Why I'm writing its chloride is MClX? Because M valency we don't know. What kind of ion it will form we don't know. +1 or +2 or +3 we don't know. So we can take it as +X. But Cl will form Cl minus. Cl will form what? Cl minus 1. Cl minus 1. So do the crisscross like this. So you will get M1 ClX. So the compound formula is MClX. Okay. Now weight of the compound formed given, weight of the chlorine is given. So we can equate the equivalent weights. Now, same amount of metal can displace 2 grams of hydrogen from the acid. Actually, metal weight, metal information is not at all required. Okay. Same amount of metal can displace hydrogen. Let us see what it will come. Use the information given for these two only. So equivalence of number of equivalents of chlorine reacted must be equal to number of equivalents of MClX formed. Weight of chlorine, how much formed, how much weight is taken, 1 mole chlorine taken. 1 mole chlorine means 71 gram. 1 mole chlorine means how much, 71 gram is taken. Okay, equivalent weight of chlorine is 35.5. Weight of chlorine taken by equivalent weight of chlorine. Equivalent weight of chlorine is 35.5 is equal to, okay, is equal to equivalent weight of MClX. Equivalent weight of MClX means weight of chloride. Weight of chloride formed 111 grams. Okay, then equivalent weight of metal chloride means equivalent weight of metal plus equivalent weight of chloride. Equivalent weight of chloride. Equivalent of metal plus equivalent weight of chloride will be gives rise equivalent weight of metal chloride. No need to take X equivalent of Cl minus. No need of this X. Okay, so simply equivalent weight of metal plus equivalent weight of chloride. Okay, now equivalent weight of chloride, you know, 35.5. So 71 by 35.5, that is equal to 111 by equivalent weight of metal plus X plus equivalent weight of chloride, that is 35.5. So someone do it quickly to find equivalent weight of M plus X. First you find equivalent weight of M plus X quickly. He's asking
20,
that
sir.
question only, na? Equivalent weight of metal only is asking.
Sir, 20.
20, na?
Yes, sir.
Right. So no need of the information, anything related to the how much amount of these metal react with hydrogen, because already directly we are getting this information. Next concept is missed, kept for this day. Okay, that is chloroplatinic acid method. Okay, chloroplatinated acid method. Silver salt method I have already explained you. Okay, silver salt method. Now determination of the molecular weight. Okay, so now it is chloroplatinated method. Chloroplatinated method. Chloro. You have any more doubts? Actually, this is not at all an easy, not at all an important concept. Chloroplatinated method. If you have no doubts, so I will complete this one. A known mass of organic base, just like salt, silver salt method is there, no? Silver salt method, same one only. Chloroplatinated method. Is it there for this week? from different methods of molecular weight calculation. Okay, there. Okay, chloroplatinate method, organic base. This is for organic bases. Silver salt method is for organic acids. Silver salt method I told you last time, that is for organic acids. This is for organic bases. Organic base is treated with chloroplatinic acid, treated with chloroplatinic acid, then it is forming a salt. Just 1 second, please. So organic base is taken, so chloroplatinic acid is treated with this. Chloroplatinic acid means H2PtCl6. H2P2Cl6. Okay, forming a salt. The salt is organic base. B2, base is nothing but what? B. B is the organic base. Then B2 H2 PtCl6 will be formed. B2 H2 PtCl6. Okay, this is what? Platinate salt. W grams formed. How many grams of platinate salt is formed? W grams of platinate salt is formed. Okay, now this one is on heating. You will get what? Platinum. Platinum, how much you are getting? X grams of platinum. X grams of platinum. Now W grams of salt, okay, gives X grams of platinum. Molar mass of gram molecular weight of salt gives how much amount of platinum? How many grams of platinum? Means do the cross multiplication. Gram molecular weight into X by W. Grams of platinum will be formed. Okay. Now we need a molar mass of the salt. Okay, this is the mass of the platinum is formed from the gram molecular weight of the salt. Gram molecular weight of salt means 1 mole salt. Okay, next to we need a gram molecular weight of salt. This platinum mass must be equal to this gram molecular weight into X by W must be equal to N into 195. Atomic mass of the platinum is actually 195. N number of platinum and moles of platinum is formed. N moles of platinum. See, 1 mole you will get N moles of platinum. From 1 mole of salt you will get N moles of platinum. N means what? N into 195. and number of moles into 195 grams of platinum will be obtained. Okay, so now gram molecular weight of salt is equal to N into 195. Okay, N into 195 into W by X. N into 195 into W into X. W by X. Okay. This is the molar mass of the salt. Molar mass of the salt. So we are getting molar mass of the salt. Molar mass of the salt. Molar mass of the salt is nothing but 2 into molar mass of the base plus molar mass of the H2P2
నా దగ్గర ఎక్కడ
CH6.
ఉందా మెంటల్ పెట్టినట్లు అడుగుతావు నా దగ్గరకి.
Now molar mass, molecular weight of base B is equal to, or molecular weight of salt is equal to molecular weight of 2 into molecular weight of B base plus molecular weight of H2PtCl6. All of you please listen carefully. Some organic base is taken, B. Base is termed as B. Some compound B. That is treated with H2P2Cl6, chloroplatinic acid. Chloroplatinic acid. Okay. Every 2 moles of organic base react with 1 platinic acid. So B2H2PtCl6. 2B2H2PtCl6 is the salt is formed. B2H2PtCl6. That salt is on heating. W grams of salt obtained. On heating, you will get platinum. How many grams you are getting? X grams. You know, W grams of salt on heating, you are getting X grams of platinum. Then if you take gram molecular weight of the salt, how much mass of the platinum would be obtained? So gram molecular weight of the salt into X by W. This is the mass of platinum obtained. But you know, with gram molecular weight of salt means 1 mole. From 1 moles of platinum, this salt, you are getting n moles of platinum. We don't know what is n. N is the number of moles of platinum. Okay, so 1 mole means this much platinum is obtained. This much platinum must be equal to n into 195. Okay, n into 195. N is you can take it as a valency also, no problem. That is automatically will come in number of atoms. If 2 platinums are there, 2 moles is there, 2 into 195. 3 is there, 3 into 195 like that. Right, that is n into 195. Number of moles of platinum. 1 moles n into 195 grams of platinum will be obtained. This means this one must be equal to n into 195. Now gram molecular weight of the salt, whatever the gram molecular weight is, we take gram molecular weight of the salt is equal to n into 195 into W by X. This is the gram molecular weight of the salt will be obtained, okay, from the information of what? Weight of the platinum obtained and weight of the salt obtained. Now molecular weight of the salt is obtained. So molecular weight of the salt is equal to 2 into molecular weight of the base. Molecular weight of the salt is equal to 2 into molecular weight of base plus molecular weight of H2P2Cl6 plus molecular weight of H2P2Cl6. Okay, now molecular weight of base is equal to what? 2 into molecular weight of base is equal to molecular weight of salt minus molecular weight of this H2P2Cl6. 2 you send that way, you will get. So molecular weight of base is equal to molecular weight of base is equal to, okay, base into 2 is equal to molecular weight of salt, the salt, okay, minus molecular weight of H2P2Cl6, H2PtCl6, okay, divided by, you take this to this side by 2, that's it. Don't do too much things, no need to worry about too much about this one. You remember this formula, and also remember this formula.
అయిపోయిందా?
Okay,
అదే.
so only the two formula based questions you may get. Okay,
సో టైం అయిపోయింది, జస్ట్ వీ కెన్ లీవ్ దిస్ క్లాస్.
I think in the assignment, okay, so just apply these two formula. Okay, you can get chloride of a mono acid base on ignition gives 0.24 grams of platinum. Weight of platinum is given. Okay, the molar mass of the base is okay, mass of B2H2 PtCl6 salt mass 0.75, okay, by 2B plus 410. 2B plus 410 means this, yes, this is 2B plus 410. Molecular weight of H2 PtCl6 is 410. Molecular weight of H2 PtCl6 is how much? 410. Okay, this is 2 into molecular weight of base, and molecular weight of the salt can be obtained by using that mass of the platinum by 195. Mass of platinum by 195. ఓ పని చేయండి, ఇక్కడ ఇవన్నీ తీసేసేయండి, ఎందుకంటే ఒకటే ప్లాటినం కదా, and platinum is only one platinum is there, so directly you can take 195 into W by X. 195 into W by X. So please see that question number 2 in the assignment. Okay, that's it. All the best, and thank you everyone who have wished me already this one. Thank you so much.